From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 for Thursday, June 9th. We're going to clear that active weather pattern out of the state. It's going to be the best weather day of the week today. Lots of sunshine and comfortable air with highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. A Madison County town is back open after last night's storms prompted an emergency declaration. The storm blew the roof off of Summitville Elementary School and damaged at least 5 homes and the Indiana American Water Company building there. Summitville leaders blocked all entrances to the town just after 8 last night. Streets opened up again a few hours later. So far, authorities have not reported any injuries. People in Rush County are waking up to storm damage this morning. The National Weather Service is looking into several reports of a possible tornado. A state trooper told News 8 at least 3 funnel clouds were spotted. The storm damaged the Posey Township Volunteer Fire Station on the southeast side of Arlington, and at least 2 homes have minor roof damage.
In the majority of the damage, they said there was 2 residents that were structurally damaged. Again, the biggest thing is it's just property damage. There's no loss of life.
No injuries have been reported. And the NWS will possibly confirm reports of tornadoes in Ohio today. The storm knocked out power for some 36,000 people. It also ripped off almost an entire side of a Meijer distribution center there. Miami County emergency management officials say dozens of people are employed there, but it's not clear how many were evacuated from that part of the building. And officials say nobody was injured. The leader of the Proud Boys is set to appear in court virtually on seditious conspiracy charges related to the insurrection today. The Justice Department charged Enrique Tarrio and 4 other group members on Monday. They're accused of working together to intimidate lawmakers and police and make them flee. In turn, that would prevent them from performing their official duties during the presidential transfer of power. The Justice Department has brought one other seditious conspiracy case against the leaders of the Oath Keepers. The House panel investigating the U.S. Capitol insurrection will go public in prime time. Tonight marks the first time lawmakers will sort through the mountain of information it's collected since January 6th of 2021 and lay out its initial findings. In televised hearings, the 7 Democrats and 2 Republicans on the panel plan to use more than 1,000 interviews with people who played pivotal roles in the riot. The goal is to show the insurrection was a deliberate, unprecedented attempt to block the certification of Joe Biden's victory. The panel will look at domestic extremism with testimony from Nick Quested and Caroline Edwards. Quested is a filmmaker who recorded members of the Proud Boys as they stormed the Capitol. Edwards is one of the first Capitol police officers injured in the riot. And we have you covered for the first hearing. You can watch it live on Wish TV starting at 8 o'clock tonight. Then stick with Wish TV afterward. We'll have live analysis from our All Indiana Politics team on News 8 at 10 o'clock tonight. The committee is getting the chance to look at more than 159 more emails before tonight's hearing. The emails are from right-wing attorney John Eastman. They largely relate to what happened after the 2020 election. A federal judge believes one email could show evidence of a planned effort to keep Congress from certifying the results. The judge says the plan was fully formed as early as December 7th. Eastman has tried to block the House from accessing his emails. He claims confidential attorney-client communications. Former President Donald Trump agreed to answer questions under oath next month in the civil investigation into his business practices. The New York Attorney General is looking into evidence that Trump's company exaggerated the value of its assets to get loans and tax breaks. Trump and his children, Donald Jr. and Ivanka, were set to give depositions today, but a judge signed off on a deal with the 3 yesterday to delay testimony until July 15th. Trump's attorneys requested the delay to get more time to prepare. This also gives them a longer window to appeal the ruling.
Somewhere out there, there's a mom listening to our testimony, thinking, I can't even imagine their pain, not knowing that our reality will one day be hers, unless we act now.
Heart-wrenching testimony on Capitol Hill from witnesses and families of the victims of the deadly mass shootings in both Buffalo, New York, and Uvalde, Texas. They spoke before a House committee yesterday, calling on lawmakers to take action on gun reform. A pediatrician from Uvalde also testified, describing the horrors he witnessed after a gunman killed 19 children and 2 teachers inside Robb Elementary School.
But what I did find was something no prayer will ever relieve. 2 children whose bodies had been pulverized by bullets fired at them, decapitated, whose flesh had been ripped apart, that the only clue as their identities was a blood-splattered cartoon clothes still clinging to them.
11-year-old Mia Cirillo survived the shooting. She told lawmakers in a pre-recorded video that she watched her teacher get shot before looking for a place to hide.
When I went to the backpacks, he shot my friend that was next to me, and I thought he was going to come back to the room, so I grabbed the blood and put it all over me.
The testimony came hours before the House passed a wide-ranging gun control bill. It raises the age limit for purchasing a semi-automatic rifle and prohibits the sale of ammunition magazines of more than 15 rounds. All Democrats from Indiana voted yes. All but one Indiana Republican voted no. Representative Trey Hollingsworth did not vote. The bill has almost no chance of becoming law, though, and getting through the Senate. The Senate is actually pursuing a bill of its own, focusing on improving mental health programs, bolstering school security, and enhancing background checks. U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland says a team will investigate the law enforcement response to the Uvalde school shooting. Garland says the team includes an FBI official and former police chiefs. They'll look into police policies, training and communication, who was in command, and how police prepared for a potential active shooter.
There is nothing that we can do that can undo the pain borne both by the survivors, families of the victims, and the community and the country. But the independence and transparency and expertise of the Justice Department can go a long way toward assessing what happened in Uvalde with respect to the law enforcement response and to giving guidance for the future.
Garland says a detailed report will be made public. The department conducted similar reviews after the 2015 deadly rampage in San Bernardino, California, and after the 2016 Pulse nightclub massacre in Florida.
She was a lot of people's teacher, best friend, therapy session each week. And so whoever came and did this robbed a lot of people of their weekly happiness.
A stable owner looks for answers after someone shot her horse to death. Kyle Keller bought racehorse Dash and Kitty 14 years ago to turn into a therapy horse. Now she's devastated, calling the killing no accident. Keller says she put Dash and Kitty in the pasture Monday evening at Taylor Turn Stables. The next morning, one of her boarders called and said they found the horse dead in the field. Keller says that her horses are family.
There's a big hole missing. It was her role. No one else is going to fill it. And it's been tough having to come out and take care of them and see the herd and know that she's gone and to be worried about somebody coming and doing it to any of the others.
IMPD says horse owners should bring their horses inside overnight. Anyone with any information is asked to call Crime Stoppers. A whistleblower complaint about Abbott's Michigan baby formula plant came in months earlier than previously known. According to the Wall Street Journal, the whistleblower is a former Abbott employee who was fired in August of 2020. According to the report, the whistleblower filed a complaint with Michigan's OSHA first. They raised product safety concerns in February last year with a complaint to the federal OSHA. The same person then filed a third report in October of last year, later expanding on those allegations. Abbott shut down the plant in February this year. It just reopened, but baby formula is expected to still be hard to find through at least mid-July. And the Justice Department is charging a man with attempting or threatening to kidnap or murder a Supreme Court judge. A California man was taken into custody yesterday. He admitted to officers he wanted to kill Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. Police found him near Kavanaugh's home with a gun and a knife. The man told police he was upset about the leaked draft opinion on abortion rights, as well as upcoming cases on gun control and the Uvalde, Texas shooting. He says he believed Kavanaugh would side with looser gun laws. The World Bank is warning of a possible global recession, saying things are going to get worse before they get better. The bank says it's cutting its growth estimate for this year even further. The global economy grew 5.7% last year. This year, the growth estimate is less than 3%. World Bank President David Malpass says to prepare for the worst slowdown in a long time.
The sharpness of the slowdown is really concerning. We think it's the biggest slowdown of the global economy in 80 years. I think many countries will see a recession in this cycle.
Malpass also blames the risk of stagflation as a problem. Stagflation is a phenomenon that combines stagnant economic growth with high inflation and high unemployment. To the Colts, a messy contract story gets a bit clearer. Standout Kenny Moore is shedding some light on his future with the Colts. Moore did not participate at yesterday's minicamp practice as a precaution after leaving Tuesday's practice. He intentionally sat out voluntary workouts earlier this offseason, chalking it up to contract talks. Yesterday, he told reporters he currently has 2 years left on his 4-year, $33 million contract. However, it's unclear if the dispute will result in him holding out.
Just trying to take it day by day. That's a good question. But we all know there's a business side to it. You guys already know how I feel about this city, this team, this community. And we'll handle that. All that stuff will handle itself. But as far as, my play, I don't like the whole nickel slot corner thing. I'm a corner at the end of the day. You guys watch the same games that we play, so I'll leave it at that.
I guess that's the question. Will we see you on the field?
I would love to be on the field at training camp.
Training camp for the Colts begins July 28th at Grand Park. And a former Purdue basketball star is back in Indiana for a draft workout with the blue and gold. Travion Williams says he's going to try to learn something from each team workout he does. Our Olivia Ray asked him where he's strongest on the hardwood.
And my passing ability, I think that's probably my strongest asset. Within the feedback that I've gotten, they look at my film. We walk through my film from college, and you look at some of the passes I throw, and, some of them are missed opportunities, but a lot of people translate it as, when Travion gets to the league, those would be assists, So like I said, I'm going to control what I can control, man. I just get in the car when they tell me to.
Williams says he asked his agent to not tell him anything about the draft and says he is not reading any articles about it. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update on demand for even more on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.